is Poor Charlie's Almanack, the blueprint for a multidisciplinary mind. Starts with several forewords, notably by Warren Buffett. He describes Munger as his ultimate partner and credits Charlie with expanding his investment horizons. The tone of the book is set here. This is not just a money book, but it is a manual for worldly wisdom. The first part is about Munger's life from his birth in 1924 through his rise at Berkshire Hathaway and his early life in Omaha. Munger worked at Buffett's grandfather's grocery store. He also served at the U.S. Army Air Corps as a meteorologist, which shaped his interest in complex patterns. Originally, he was a lawyer, but eventually he left to pursue investment, and after that, realizing that if you want to be rich, you have to be in a business for yourself. The book also touches the hardships, like the death of his young son and a divorce. The part talks about Charlie, and Munger uses his favorite tool, inversion. The human brain is wired poorly for the complex and modern world we live in. And even with the best teachers, many smart people continually fail. The solution is that we must throw away all our seeings and we must make a new program to make it easier for us to survive and thrive. Core 2 is the speech using inversion. Munger uses his favorite tool. Instead of telling the students how to be happy, he gives them a prescription for guaranteed misery, which means that by doing the opposite, the students could reach happiness. And to be miserable, one should be unreliable. Only learn from personal things and not from those greater than you. And to be reliable, it is to, for example, not keep a promise when you are supposed to, which makes everyone want to keep away from you, leading to misery. Next, Talk 2 is a lesson of the elementary worldly wisdom. In 1994, and the lattice work concept, mathematics, accounting, biology, evolution, physiology, is explained, comparing the stock market to a horse race. Next, in a talk, he talks about the man with a hammer syndrome. To a man with a hammer, everything looks like a nail. He also explains why physics, hard, precise, which economy and physiology are soft. Relying on a single discipline force to torture reality to fit your limited toolkit. A multidisciplinary mind is non-negotiable. Next is the danger of physics. Economists sometimes fail because they try to make human behavior as predictable as gravity, which is completely not possible. Which is because human behavior is always changing, and gravity is always not changing, but humans change and they grow, changing to time. Next is a problem-solving engine. It's a 5-step framework for solving things. Step 1 is to simplify. To simplify something is crucial to make the problem understandable. Without making it understandable, you can't solve a problem blindly. Step 2 is the numerical literacy, so you can calculate the money that you can get. Number 3 is inversion, thinking how you can't get anything and not doing it. Step 4 is multidisciplinary thinking. Apply the lattice work of the fundamental models. And step 5, Lollapalooza, look for the convergence of multiple forces. This part is about the investment and the foundation. The speech is a critique of the institutional investment industry, and without multiple mental models, biases, or forces, you get an outsized Lollapaloozist outcome, which is not very good. Next is market as a parimutuel system. Munger views the stock market exactly like a horse race, as I said before. It is a parimutuel system where the odds shift based entirely on what other people are basing. Next, in structural friction and Belousism, explaining the concepts. This refers to the inventory of undiscovered embezzlement. Munger argues that in becoming market, high fees and unnecessary things are embezzled, and the bebezzle is doing less and simplifying your work. Another talk is Munger's most famous ethical and economic theories. He argues when a business operates at peak efficiency, it doesn't need checkers checking the checkers. That is what I just said. And that means that everyone can do their task without anyone else checking and without another person checking to check the work that the checkers did. And also, he talks about a great business grows effortlessly for decades by catching massive waves of innovation or shifting democratic trends. Next is the ethical blueprint, the Ben Franklin model. Munger uses the life of his hero, Ben Franklin, to discuss how one should live a useful life. He highlights Franklin's transitions from a successful businessman to a public servant and a scientist. Munger warns against the envy and resentment that ruin professional lives. He also argues that, like Franklin, you should spend your life becoming slightly less stupid every day. Next is a cornerstone, a speech delivered at UC Santa Barbara. Munger represents a checklist of what is wrong with how economy is taught, using his multidisciplinary approach to fix it. This is what I just said. Spending your life is becoming slightly less stupid. Every day is important. And lastly, the last speaker considered the holy grail of the teaching when Magner talked that even with the best mental from math and physics, people still fail because their brains are wired poorly for the modern world, which is changing every day.